922. Welcome back to Living in Oklahoma. You probably heard the news. President Trump has tapped a new IRS commissioner. But who is he? Rachel Pappy, partner and vice president of Polston Tax Resolution in the county, joins me now to talk about America's new IRS commissioner, Charles Rettig. First off, we want to know, who is Charles Rettig and how's this going to affect me?
Yeah. So I am maybe one of the only people who actually watched the C-SPAN confirmation hearing of Charles Rettig. I was interested to hear his answers, and I was pleasantly surprised. So he is one of the first tax practitioners. He's a tax attorney from California,
really?
And he's one of the first tax attorneys to be IRS commissioner if he gets confirmed in decades, which is insane that we haven't had a tax practitioner at that position.
And you think, in politics, he's here. A lot of people, they say, hey, I'm an outsider. And sometimes it takes somebody that's never done this to maybe give a different perspective. But as far as taxes go, I'm sure he's held and heard all kinds of different things through the years. Do you think that's really going to benefit us? Because you said you were surprised and happily surprised.
Yes. So this has always been an appointed position, which the problem with that is if you appoint someone from the outside, like you were saying, they don't know the problems of the inner workings of the IRS. They are looking from at a high level, which is important, which is what the IRS commissioner is going to do. They're not going to be in the ground working with the 70,000 employees at the IRS, but they do need to know what the problems are. And so if they're just getting third-party information about the problems, it's hard for them to fix those problems. So we're really excited for this nomination.
Okay, well, your excitement, and also you mentioned these problems. What are you hoping that we would see that will make some big changes with?
Yes, so I think because he's a tax attorney, we're going to see some of the problems that small business owners face and individuals who have non-compliance issues face. Those hopefully will be addressed, and in his confirmation hearing, he indicated his interest in attacking those right away. For small business owners, everyone's throwing their hands up in the air. They don't know how to interpret the tax law. They don't have guidance on making estimated tax payments. They don't have guidance on interpreting a lot of the law that was just passed. And really, as he said in his confirmation hearing, small businesses are the fabric of our economy.
Right, indeed. I mean, that is really what makes America what it is.
Right.
And so do you feel that he's going to be more of an advocate for those businesses?
I think he's going to have a better chance at solving some of the real problems that taxpayers face. He's not fixing theoretical problems or coming in with, so for example, IRS commissioners in the past have created new initiatives that sound great and maybe are politically motivated or get a lot of publicity, but they don't get to the heart of the real problems of the IRS.
Okay.
So I think that this nomination may actually make some real change.
Do you think we'll move closer now to the simplification of taxes? I mean, because we've been hearing so much about that, because tax time comes, it's so stressful.
Yes, it's a question mark right now.
Yeah.
There's been big changes with the tax law, and simplification will come through some guidance on how to interpret that. I don't know that that's going to be his focus. What I will say is one of the most interesting questions at the confirmation hearing was the billions of dollars in taxes that are not being paid. So this is what I would say to taxpayers who are worried about what this new confirmation, what this new nominee may mean for them if they owe taxes, if they're not compliant. He was very specific that he wants to more aggressively come after that, staff up the IRS if necessary. And so if you have felt that you've been off the IRS's radar in years past, or maybe have been able to get by, or the IRS hasn't picked up on your non-compliance, this is an individual who understands the tax gap more than any commissioner before, and also understands the problems with the IRS attacking that problem.
I mean, taxes are there to pay bills for the government needs and that sort of thing. So it seems like he's like, look, I've seen the inner workings. I know where we need to go, and we know who the bigger offenders are. So you'd say, sounds like now, if you are going through some of that, get help now. Be prepared.
Yes, exactly. So one statistic that he threw out in his hearing was if he can get 1% more compliance, that's $30 billion to the government. Yeah, and we
1%?
are 1% more compliance. Represents $30 billion in taxes that are not being paid. We fully support everyone paying their fair share of taxes. Polston taxes, everyone should pay their fair share. We're trying to help the people who, for whatever reason, whatever events have unfolded in their with their business or in their life, they just don't have the money. And so the cautionary warning is the IRS may be coming after those taxpayers
Okay.
more ferociously than ever.
That IRS radar will not turn off is really what we need to learn, no matter who's at the helm.
Right.
Altogether. Get some professional help, get that headaches out of your way, and that's why Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting Firm has 4 metro locations to help you. They have a new address in Oklahoma City. It's the same one for Norman, Tulsa, and Wichita. You can call them at 405-801-2146. They also assist clients nationwide. So maybe if you have relatives or somebody that you might know in another state, they can handle this. Get in contact with the Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting on social media. Just look for Polston Tax. Their website is polstontax.com. Thanks so much, Rachel.
Thanks.